Hi everyone, my name is Blaine McVeigh and I'm the coordinator of new student experience in the Office of Student Involvement. And I'm here to guide you through how to plan an event without using any SABC funding. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being a student organization officer and planning events on campus. Your work is keeping our campus vibrant throughout the year. I'm going to turn off my video, that way it's not blocking parts of the screen, but obviously I'm still here the whole time. All right, let's get started. So the first thing to do when planning an event is picking a date and a time that will work well for our campus. So think about times when people are here on campus. That would be a great time to plan an event. But think about times when you're around walking between classes and you don't really see many people around. That might not be the best time. But also think about who your intended audience is. Let's say you're the accounting club and you know that there are a lot of accounting classes on Fridays. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, then maybe Fridays could be a good time because those people will be on campus. Just know who your audience is and whether they may be on campus or not. Now, also pay close attention to which of your officers and members can be in attendance on that day and time. I'd say you'd want at least 2 to 3 or 4 officers available. 1 to set up before the event, 2 to host and greet people as they come in and do everything that's needed during the event, but also to stay after a little bit to make sure everything gets cleaned up and torn down. So an hour or 2 before, depending on how much is involved for setup, and then some time afterwards. Now, also be aware of how much time is between now and the date of your event. So although it's not required at least 4 weeks in a way because there's no SABC funding attached to it, and that's that deadline, you should consider all the things that need to be completed before this event happens. So we'll dive into that throughout the video, but just know you need to make sure you have enough time to put in your reservation, purchase any supplies that you need, and then complete any contracts or pay any vendors. So that takes time. Just make sure you're planning that out. All right, so here we are, those reservations. You have a couple options for reservations. The one you probably use very often is Mazevo. So Mazevo is where you can make reservations for the Millennium Student Center, the Ed Habitat, the Provincial House, and then outdoor spaces. So that has a lot of spots for you. You can go to mymazevo.com and complete that reservation. And there's another module in this training that has instructions on how to submit a reservation Mazevo. Now, if you're wanting a reservation in classrooms, that's not going to be on Mazevo, and you have to contact your advisor for that reservation. Next, let's make sure that people know about your event. And to do that, you need to put it on Triton Connect. So log in to Triton Connect, and that's at tritonconnect.umsl.edu. Click groups on the top of the page, find the group that you are creating the event for, click the events tile, and then click create event button on the top right of your screen. Next, you need to complete all the questions asked of you in that form. It is quite a few questions, but once you've done it a few times, it's not hard, it becomes routine, but there are some important pieces you want to make sure you pay attention to each time. So different events have different things that you may want to add or remove. There's tags that let people know what to expect. That can be free food, that can be free event, drop-in, diversity and inclusion. There's all kinds of different tags that you can put to appeal to people. Now, also you can add team members so that people can edit the event, and also so that if people have questions when they message you, it goes to that whole team. So that kind of helps you out. There's also different registration options. So when people can register, who can register, if there's a limit to how many people can come. There's also access and display options. So who can see this event? Is it all UMSL students, only people in your org? There's a whole bunch of options. And then attendance tracking. So attendance is not necessarily required because there's no SABC funding attached to this event. But it is extremely important to track attendance, not only for your organization, but also for yourself. For your organization allows you to kind of keep in contact with people who maybe it's the first time coming to one of your events. Now, for your own sake, it's really good to help you boost your resume. So if you know that you hosted 6 events throughout the year, rather than just saying, I hosted 6 events as treasurer of this organization or as president of this organization or whoever, you can say, I hosted 6 events that brought in 250 people. That's a really good year. So make sure that you're tracking that attendance. It's good for everyone. Now, before your event is submitted, there is and you're having like a speaker performer, you need to make sure you answer that. And you're going to be saying no, because this video is for, and you're going to be saying no to SABC funding, let me be clear, because this video is for events without SABC funding. All right, now make sure that you purchase any supplies and confirm speakers or vendors or any other kind of contract with the business that's required. I would do, especially speakers, performers, or vendors, do that weeks in advance to make sure that everything is locked down, to make sure you have time to pay it, and just be really careful if you're signing a contract or paying a vendor. Just make sure that you're being very careful, because that is completely on you, and the university will not help you or assist you in that contract process. Still know that speakers and performers still need to be reported in Mazavo, and this helps them with your reservation if they know that they're going to need to be setting up special technology needs for that speaker, performer, vendor, whatever it is. All right, and catering food for your event. So you can go to umsl.catertracks.com, look through all of the different options that you have. Whenever you've made your decision, add that item to your cart. You're going to have to create an account or log into an existing one that you have already created in the past. And then complete order details. So they're going to need the date, the time, the location, whether you're picking up the food from them or where it needs to, or if you want it delivered. There's other stuff too you'll find in the form. And then you need to add your own payment information or wherever it's being, or however it's being paid for, and you can submit that order. Now, Sodexo will reach out to you on the email you provide with a confirmation, and just make sure you confirm the agreement, or the BEO is what it's called, that they send you. Oh, I skipped a page. So you then need to finalize the details. So I would say at least a week, probably better off a couple weeks before your event. Make sure that your reservation is good to go. Did you look through it again? Make sure that nothing has changed to where you need to make edits to your reservation. Like, do you need another microphone? Do you need a stage setup? All that good stuff. Make sure that you've marked how much time you need to set up the event, because they won't unlock that door for you 3 hours early if you said that you only need 1 hour for setup. That's really important. That's kind of messed me up a lot too. So make sure you check out that setup time. Catering, did you finalize the delivery time? Did you confirm with Sodexo? Just make sure everything's good to go. Make sure that, again, that event is on Triton Connect. Check over the details. Did you change the location? Did you change the time? Is your description updated? Now, also, did you print your QR code for check-in? We'll talk about how to do that here shortly. And then last, make sure you have all the supplies. So take a final inventory, run through the event in your head, think about everything that's needed, and do you have all those things that are needed? If you don't, then make sure you buy that with enough time to get there for the event. All right, so here we go. Make sure you have that check-in for people at your event. So you can just sign people in by typing their name, but in the Office of Student Involvement, we like to do QR codes. It kind of keeps traffic flowing quickly. People can do it on their own pace. And to do this, step one, go to Manage side of your event in Triton Connect. Click the green Check-in Attendees button. Select Self Check-in QR code, and then click Print as a PDF. And you can print out a copy or a couple of those and have them ready to go at your sign-in table. Attendees can scan that QR code with their phone camera or select QR code scanner from the menu options in the Triton Connect mobile app. So it's a very, very good and flexible feature for you. All right, that's not me, obviously. That's Michaela Wells, the coordinator of student organizations in fraternity and sorority life, and she is happy to help you if you have any questions at all. So to contact her for questions related to student organization event planning, you can contact her at studentorganizations@umsl.edu. I appreciate you all coming here. Good luck on your events, and thank you again for being a student organization officer.